SJW in-group cheering, and self-congratulatory overcompensation. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and there's a phenomenon which happens a lot with fourth wave intersectional feminist social justice warrior types, though it is not only confined to them because lots of people do this, which irritates me enough to make an entire video about it. That is, what happens when SJWs start ganging up on people, usually basically bullying them with numbers, and often saying all sorts of absurd, cruel, and downright untrue things about whomever they are doing this to, and then they encourage each other to keep going on with this shitty behavior by giving each other verbal kudos or text affirmations. The basic scenario is this. Let's say an obnoxious feminist that somebody doesn't even know gets into an argument on social media or something. Let's say about the 1 in 5 college rape statistic. At some point, some guy was trying to explain that it isn't accurate in the least, and that the statisticians who gathered the data themselves published that it's faulty data in Time magazine. But of course, feminists can't have anybody explaining facts to people that might get in the way of their narrative, so she has to insert herself in the comment thread, and of course, it helps that the guy trying to debunk the statistic is a stranger because she can just go ahead and say whatever the hell she wants to him. Just because the statistical data might be flawed doesn't mean it's not true. Many rapes go unreported. Why are you questioning women anyway? I'm not questioning any individual women. I'm stating that a statistic is known to be inaccurate, and yet people continue to use it. Yes, but why does it matter to you that people are raising awareness for sexual violence? I'm not sure if you're aware, but women get raped very frequently. I don't think it helps anybody to exaggerate the problem. And there's also a lot of false accusations that seem to be on the rise, at least in the news. Women almost never lie about rape, and I don't see any reason why you are so defensive about women speaking out about rape, unless maybe you have something to hide, bro. Whoa, calm down. I'm gay anyway, if you're implying what I think you're implying. And then some other feminist says, just because you're gay doesn't mean that you aren't a rape culture perpetuating misogynist. Gay men are some of the worst when it comes to sexism these days. What the hell are you even talking about? I'm just talking about a statistic. And then, inevitably, this attracts a white knight. Half the time, the feminists probably send him a private message. What the fuck is your problem, man? If you don't listen to women, these problems will only continue. But I guess you're just one of those misogynist homos that keep coming out of the woodwork these days. So maybe you'll listen to me because I'm male. How much you want to bet this guy is a fan of Milo Yiannopoulos? ROTFLMAO? That is like totally one of the funniest things I've read all week. Oh my god, Rick, you're my hero. Yeah, Rick, seriously, I miss you so much. We totally need to hang out and catch up. I'll buy you a beer. Hey, you guys can make plans in private. I just kinda wanted to talk about the statistic. Oh, shut the fuck up and go back to sucking Daddy Trump's dick. Maybe go have an orgy with Putin or something. Rick, you're the coolest. Marry me. Now, I ended on that line of marry me because you can see that exact thing happen in one of Tim Pool's recent videos where he went to an Antifa protest in Boston and some lunatic threatened him and was blocking him physically from trying to interview completely consenting people. Of course, there was some woman to cheer him on for being a complete fucking psycho. Here's the thing, if these people were by themselves, or especially if they were outnumbered by non-ideologues, they more than likely would stop the juvenile antics because ultimately they're simply wrong in the argument. The statistics are bunk, deal with it. However, these people aren't interested in the truth. Obviously, they are interested in maintaining the belief that their ideology is justified by shouting down people who throw wrenches into the gears of the narrative. And of course, they'll have to do that by bullying people with numbers, generally. Therefore, the less funny their catty jokes are, and the less solid their points are, the more likely they are to cheer the person on, because they aren't being sincere in the slightest when somebody says, "How much you want to bet this guy is a fan of Milo Yiannopoulos?" And they claim that it is the funniest thing they've heard all week. It's not fucking funny. It's not even really a joke. They know it. The guy who said it knows it. But they have to overcompensate and cheer each other on, because if they can't win a fucking argument, they can at least all pretend to each other that they did. And even though each of them separately knows deep down that they're just non-clever and wrong, well, they can do it all again tomorrow just so long as everybody plays along. But of course, as always, don't stop arguing with these idiots. You're winning, and you know it. That's all I have to say for today. Drop me a comment, help me out on Patreon if you want more from me, and stay tuned.